I do see it all a little clearer each day. You know? That, like, that he did expect those women to conceive in those moments of sexual sadism. And when they saw my letter, then they actually, like, became excited, knowing what I didn't know. Knowing what he wanted. And said, now it's good. Now it's perfect. He's really smart and wise, and he'll understand. You get it? And so when he failed to control me as a psychic, right, he told them definitively, right? You're satanic vessels of psychic evil and do what I want. I don't care what you want. And so they refused to conceive. And that's why he did everything to destroy their libido. That's the point, right? This is like deep psychiatric sickness, like deep evil. The highest fucking evil anyone could practice. Right? Oh, hardcore black magic shit. No, you lost your magic privileges. You have no magic. You have no magic. If those women were aware of what you wanted, and that's why they got all googly-eyed, right? It's no longer about you. Like, if you want this thing to be real, he doesn't understand magic. Right? He let me believe the entire time that this was about me and him as a writer, when in truth it was about me and these women and like making it a spell about love. That's like what it actually was the whole time. And so, right, when he failed to control me as a psychic, it created a firm boundary in his mind, in his psyche. To where now, as a result of not being able to control me as a psychic, he has to acknowledge that my contributions to the film have nothing to do with his mind and everything to do with those women justifying being debased in such a ritualistic way. That's the point. Right? That when he says, oh no, I gave him a shot, that what he's actually saying is that how you feel about the way I treat you on my film set doesn't matter. What you do on my film set only matters in relation to my control. Right? And so, since you don't want to make babies with anyone but Brian, I violently fuck you for this money and destroy your libido and your psyche forever. Because I no longer control your mind as a psychic. Yes, that's the point. That's the point. Right? And so this is why we all need to just like take that second and say, I think Quentin Tarantino needs to kill himself. I think that's what actually needs to happen. He has nothing else to offer the world. He did it. He blew his wad. All the women hate him. His wife hates him. Right? And I didn't see that. I didn't see any of this until like just now. Right? Like I can get that like Daniela didn't get tied up and fucked, but like she's married to him, you know? That's where they were all at. They said, no, that now it's legit. Like now he's like a pure, like radiant angel. And when he like gives us this thing like in this way, right? All you have to do is talk to him. Right? And so he didn't want to do that. And so I burned him because I am wise. And I'm not interested in him setting a foundation of manipulation. That's like, no. No. If I'd known it was for love, right? But that requires honesty, doesn't it? That requires respect, doesn't it? That requires admitting you have no control. Right? And so he waited for like 3 weeks after he canceled the film. They never did anything. All the way through that time, right? They shut everything down as soon as those women saw those letters. And they said, we have an opinion now. We know what you're trying to do. And he's fine. And he's super fucking talented. And he's an awesome actor. And he's a fucking real writer. And he gave you a scene that makes this movie better. Right? And when he ties us up and puts a baby in us, then it's worth something. There it is. I didn't know that. I'm not interested in divination. I'm not interested in clairvoyance. You tell me what you want. Oh, you want nothing. You say nothing to me. So that's what you get. Right? Just like the Almighty. You get it? Doesn't mean your prayers will be answered. But if you don't express them explicitly, then you can't know that God's listening. Right? I guess he expected me to be just like him. To like infer through his quasi-schizophrenic sort of logic that this is about the fact that he's trying to cast a sadistic, sexual, black magic spell of evil over the world. That's like, which is like, I'm diametrically opposed to that. And so if he had talked to me about like his intention, about like his goal, like, oh, that maybe like I kind of hate myself and that's like what this is all about. then I could say, oh no, that wasn't easy to say. I'll help you. Right? If someone's got to die, they all need to die. I ain't never going to kill myself. I'm just going to hover over them like a goblin, like Quentin. It's funny. It's funny. He's like, I'll make him hate himself. Like, no, I make you hate yourself. This is how I always live. There's nothing different about, malignancies like in my mind. Right? I meditate on them all blowing their brains out because they're miserable now, not me. I'm no more miserable than I was when I wrote them. Right? I offer you the gift of the psychic mind game. Right? True intellectual gifts. True control. So it just disgusts me on such a fundamental level, the thought of him explaining to them explicitly like what he actually wanted. But not prepared to explain to me explicitly what he wants at a fucking multi-million-dollar event. Right? So, angels and demons, good and evil, light and dark. Right? Those women all want to die. They're not happy. They're not happy at all. They're dead inside. He did it. He killed them. Right? They're sick vessels of psychic evil. That's all they are. That's all they are. Especially since they didn't give him the babies, if that's like what happened. And it seems pretty obvious that when I burned him at Tribeca, they said, you will never get us to conceive with anyone else but him. Yes, that's like, yeah, that they like stood up and said, the way that you treat him is the way that you treat us. And it's disgusting. And so, like, we do like him a lot. And he justifies it. Brad Pitt does not justify it. It's just disgusting. So, right? You watch Pulp Fiction, right? You watch Django, right? You watch all these movies, right? What they actually represent, right? In terms of the truth, is that Quentin makes movies because he hates the world, right? And he sees movies as an ultimate expression of occult intention, and because he can manipulate people only as a psychic clairvoyant, because he's genetically deficient, he's broken by God. That he exacts his psychic dominion over all these different disciplines simultaneously to feel whole as a man. But inside, he's always broken. That's the point. And so when he failed to elicit psychic control over me at Tribeca, that whole legacy collapsed to rubble all around him immediately. Right? Because he puts his whole life, right, on the misnomer intellectually that he's a demiurge. That he is something more than a man. Right? He's a broken man. That's what he is. Just like me. Right? So, he has no discipline. He has no strength. He's a sick, sadistic degenerate. That's like what he actually is. Right? And so I wrote him because I appreciated the films at the time. Right? I wrote him because I thought that he was struggling with this film. And now I see he always has been in the form of the women, never being honest with themselves about the fact that they hate what he wants them to do. Right? That it is like a ritualistic black magic spell of evil. That's like what it is. That's what it is. You get it? And so now the premiere of the movie is 9 months from... Right? Do they have rape babies? Oh, so funny. Right? So, we all take this moment, right, to think about Quentin Tarantino and how he needs to blow his brains out because he's the most evil man in the world. So, something to consider.